Hello and welcome to Charismatic Life. I am back with a new topic, and that is understanding ego. This topic is little complicated to deal, so I have tried to simplify it and hence divided it into three parts. So let's start with its first part, part A. Most of us confuse ego as something negative. We confuse ego with conceit. Conceit is to take excessive pride in oneself and to have sense of superiority over others. So in order to remove this confusion, let's try to understand what ego is. Well, ego is the Latin word for I. So in short, we can say that ego is sense of self. Ego is naturally attached to self-identity and it cannot be removed. No matter who the person is, ego is neutral and it has no intention to hurt us. Everybody has this sense of self, but yes, the degree and scale of positivity and negativity vary. An infant, innocent baby has no ego because this baby has no sense of self or sense of I. Baby remains in state of bliss except only in few times of a physical unease, and even then ego is absent. So when does ego comes into existence? As soon as identity comes into existence, as baby grows a little and starts identifying that this is me, that is him, this is my toy, that is her chocolate, etc. This is when ego comes into existence. Ego senses self, and with this identification, all the feeling of love, hate, attachment, likes and dislikes are born. Now let's understand the relationship between self and ego. The relationship between self and ego is similar to a mother and her infant baby. When baby is hungry, the baby will definitely cry and won't let her mother do anything until she feeds her baby. No matter how important work she is doing. The same is true with ego. When hungry, it cries, shouts, disturbs, not because it is negative, but because it is unfulfilled. It is not satisfied. And if it is not satisfied, then it won't let us do anything. But once it has been satisfied, then definitely we are in the state of happiness. And here ego becomes positive. The most important thing that can satisfy us at highest degree is bliss. But how can we achieve this bliss along with ego? The first step towards bliss is to neutralize our ego. Till the time I exist, in its crude form, bliss is a far-fetched reality. Now, what is a crude form of I, and how can we identify whether we are in that crude form or not? With I comes ego, and vice versa. Let's check our ego by answering a few questions to ourselves. How many times do you use I? How many times do you expect appreciation? How many times you feel jealous? If we try to notice, then we will get to know that an individual who has maximum I in his or her sentence is at higher degree of crudeness. So by this we can also check where do we lie. When I is the most emphasized word in speech as well as action. For example, I have done this, or I should be given importance, or I am the best, or anything like that. When one feels like everything is about me, by me, for me, and I am the center of universe, or should be, then beware. Form of I is too crude. In other words, ego is at its worst. This crudeness hardens the ego manyfold, and ego disturbs you, the self. So, this is it. In next video, we will see how can we neutralize our ego. Till then, subscribe Charismatic Life, like and share the videos, and most importantly, stay happy, healthy, and blessed. See you again.